G'day, ZiggyD here, and yes, here I am for the Path of Exile Open Beta. Now, as you guys may notice here, I'm playing a Duelist. If you've been following my channel, I had you guys select my build for the first week that I'm eventually going to be making a guide on. And the build that I'm leveling for the Open Beta launch, and that I'm going to be taking you guys through, is a Blood Magic Bow Duellist. So, I've named myself ZiggyD Uketsu, and that's the sort of naming technique I usually use for Path of Exile, just ZiggyD, so people know who I am. And then Uketsu is a description of the build, which in this case, Uketsu is Japanese for blood transfusion, which seems appropriate given that I'm a blood magic duelist. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. I'm going to grab this rusted sword. An interesting thing that I know here is this Exile has now been voice-overed. I'm going to skip that though anyway. I'm not too worried about the story elements in this particular playthrough. Oh, we've got a driftwood one. I might as well grab that. Be able to trade it for some scroll fragments, which could help me out in purchasing some stuff early on. And since this is in hardcore mode, which I'll just confirm there, hardcore league, you do want to be properly prepared. Wow, I'm not properly prepared. I forgot to put my cleave gem in. There we go. I actually accidentally started this playthrough in default league before now, so I was a little bit thrown off by all of that. Now, I'm not going to be killing everything here. There's really not too much point, but I will be cleaving down a few of the larger packs and grabbing whatever chests. Starting off with an Orb of Transmutation is very nice, actually. It's not too often that you'll find some currency items on the beach, but then again, someone has found the Mirror of Kalandra from the very first zombie that I got a driftwood wand off, so it can happen. Wow, an armor scrap. So we're off to a pretty nice start here. Now, although I'm leveling a Blood Magic Bow Duelist, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to jump straight away into picking up a bow and just shooting things. I'll probably switch around level 10 because that's when I should have all of the skills I need, but it really depends on when I get a good bow. Now there's a plate vest there, and I'm not going to equip that just because it slows down your move speed by quite a bit. Those plate vests are the biggest move speed reduction out of any of the armor types. Now I'm just going to kill this last pack before I kill Hailrake because I want to level up after I kill Hailrake. So let's just kill these guys. And with the Duelist, the cleave ability really doesn't help with the Hailrake fight. So let's go ahead and do this. I'll just pre-pot there. And as long as I watch my pots, I shouldn't really need to disengage from the fight. So I'll pre-pot there at about 2/3 health. And hit another one here. He sort of does that little part where he pulls out his sword there, and you can't really hurt him, so just need to watch those pots. Running a little bit low, but I should be able to do it without having to disengage. Hopefully we get a fat loot explosion of Hailrake here. Got a few magics. A Scroll of Wisdom is always helpful, and we got a level on that, so I did end up working that out pretty well. Now I'll just grab that, and we've got a rusted cask. Very nice. So hopefully, man, we'll be very lucky if we get some move speed on those initial boots there. Now we might have some sort of slow load times and server instability since it is launch day, and these sort of things definitely do happen. Like we're having a bit of lag stuttering here coming into town, especially since a lot of people are going to be entering town at the same time. I'm on the hardcore leagues, and I don't know if they're on separate servers, but we'll see what happens there. So we'll just grab those quests there, and the first thing I'm going to do is look for a Great Life Ring. Whoa, 30 to maximum life. Alright, we're in good shape here, so let's go ahead and grab that. In hardcore mode, pretty much the first thing you want to do is grab a life ring. That life is of vital importance. So we'll grab these quests here. And talk to Tarkly. And for our first gem, we're going to get Burning Arrow. That is probably going to be our single target ability, unless we happen to find Elemental Hit. And we'll go ahead and grab attack speed there for the passive. And I'm just going to identify these boots with this scroll that I've got left over. We don't have any run speed, unfortunately, and we'll put a health ring on there. And then we're just going to sell this, and we'll probably keep that aside to identify. And I might, I'll keep the nailed fist now, just in case I happen to get some more identified, and they happen to end up being decent enough to use for a little while. So I'm just going to start leveling Burning Arrow, because I'm not really going to hold off on leveling that. So as you can see, everything's new. I've got the I bought a premium stash tab set here, so let's go ahead and move these fellas forwards. That's pretty cool. I might show off how these work in more detail later, but for now I'm just going to move a few of them forward so we can name those later if we want to. That's pretty exciting. Something I might also do is let's go ahead and open our microtransaction thing. Oh, there's the Kiwi. Let's go ahead and pop him out. Oh, right click to pop him out. There we go. Little bronze Kiwi buddy. Awesome. Now you can also see I've purchased the vampiric weapon effect, but I'm not going to use that until I find my first decent bow. So if I find a good rare bow, I'll go ahead and apply that there. I sort of want to make it a little bit special, not apply it on my very first rusted sword there. So let's continue on our adventure into the terraces, and we'll go ahead and do the get the waypoint and go back and do the medicine chest medicine chest quest if I feel like I'm ready to take on Hailrake at that point. He's a hard fight and a common point of deaths for a lot of hardcore people. So we'll see how we're going for gear by the time we get up to him. All right, come on, little Kiwi buddy. Now again, I'm not going to be killing too much in here, just sort of cleaving down the big packs there, just to be nice and efficient. Looks like I'll be interested to see what that amulet is, and I'll take a look at it in a second after I make sure I'm safe. Coral amulet. It looks like it's got a different graphic. Oh, minimum life per second. Let me have a look at this. I'm gonna go ahead and put that shabby jerkin on there because that doesn't give too much of a move speed reduction, and the extra dodge can be helpful. Let's dual wield this sword for now, just to give us a bit of an increase in attack speed. And what was that coral amulet? Ah, okay, so they've made it a lot more simple now. It used to be life per minute, it's now life per second. So we're gonna notice plenty of little changes. If you guys are from the closed beta, I'm sure you'll see things that have changed since then. Now cleave does do reduced damage with dual wielding, so it's not the best for that, but it should improve my single target damage a little bit. Let's go ahead and grab these chests. Just want to be careful of these rock throwers, and we'll get a few of these guys together and cleave them down. There we go. And we'll just keep moving. Don't really want to stick around in here for too long. I'm going to be trying to level this as efficiently as possible. Not quite as hardcore as people would speed leveling in a race situation, but I want to be fairly efficient about this. My plan is to level one of these builds each week and give you guys a guide on it. So I'm going to have to be leveling at a decent pace and learning the game quite well to be able to do that. So I imagine Acts 1 and 2 shouldn't be too much of a problem. They've changed a little bit, but not too much, and I'm fairly familiar with bow builds in general, is what I'm trying to say. We're going to avoid her. She's really not worth killing at this point. Extremely dangerous, especially for a melee character. As a ranged character, you might be able to snipe her down a little bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and get out of here. I've already been put on fire as well, so that's a bit nasty. We'll just cleave down a few packs there as we can. Might have to, whoa, health getting very low there. We really don't want to die this early in the game. I'm going to try and find my way around here. Hit one of those potions. Just level up Burning Arrow there while we're running around. And we'll just cleave down those damage mobs there. Nice big crit. And we should be able to get a level in just a second, so cleave down a few more here. And I think I saw a chest up around here, so we'll try and grab that. Unlike other action RPGs, chests are really worth getting in this game. We've already got a rusted card, so we don't really need to pick up that. So I'm sort of just going to just do this playthrough in the way I would, and communicate my thought process to you guys, and hopefully some of you pick some stuff up about it. You've probably noticed that my usual content is usually very guide focused. I don't do a lot of like let's plays or just for entertainment value videos. So when I do something like this, I want to make it as educational as possible. You know, have it be a bit more on the entertaining side of things, but yeah, also have it provide some sort of value for you guys, educational merit. Who maybe a lot of you guys are new to Path of Exile in the open beta, haven't played the closed beta, and sort of don't really know some of the best ways to approach the content. So here's an interesting point. As we see here is the entrance to the Hailrake medicine chest quest. But the most efficient way to actually do this is to continue up the beach and grab the waypoint in the next zone, and that way that gives you a quick way back to town. It's the fastest way, and it's the safest way as well. You can also do the mud flats and level in that a bit before if you don't feel like you're ready to take on Hailrake. But I think we'll be okay. So my first decision was to whether to head through Fury Bolts here, since this is going to be a strength-based archer. But I don't think the extra points are really worth it, so I'm going to grab that. I'm also getting killed by a zombie, so that's not so good. So let's go ahead and go into the mud flats, and we'll grab this waypoint, and then we'll head back and kill Hailrake. Now I think killing Hailrake as well might sort of be the end point for this first video. I'll keep them fairly shorter and upload them to you guys over time. Now I have to try and get as much of this done as I can in today, basically, because as you can see, I'm not exactly in my own house. I'm recording from a spare room here of this place is looking nice. I swear they've done some art aesthetic upgrades in here. But anyway, I'm not recording from my own home yet, simply because the internet hasn't been set up in my home yet. So I'm sort of still waiting on that to happen, and we're going to be heading back whether the internet's set up or not today or tonight. So let's grab these iron gauntlets. So yeah, I have to try and get as much done as I can today, and I'll upload to you guys over time while I'm gone, and hopefully the internet gets set up quickly and I can get back into leveling, because I still want to get this character to a very high level by the time next Friday rolls around, so I can make you guys a good guide on this build. And yeah, so you'll see the leveling process through this Let's Play, and then at the end of the week, at the end of next week, I'll give you guys more of a focused guide to the actual build. So you'll see how my thoughts on it in a more concise manner. And if you don't want to watch the entire Let's Play, then you can basically get the idea of the build from there. So I'm not really finding too much in terms of good loot. I might try and make sure I grab this level before I fight Hailrake, so I'll do a bit of thorough killing in here. And hopefully I can find like a good magic weapon or something. I've got a superior glass shank. I'll probably chuck that in my offhand. Might just improve my damage a little bit. 3 to 12, yeah, let's go ahead and chuck that in there. We'll just get rid of that. I don't really need to hold on to that. I suppose I could keep them for scroll fragments. I'm sort of still in the mindset that I have a stash filled up with currency, but I really don't. Starting from... Oh, what's going on? Oh, apparently I don't think we can cleave with knives, apparently, with daggers. There you go, that's something I didn't realise. I thought any bladed weapon or one-handed weapon was fine with cleave, so... There we go. Even I'm picking up a few things in this playthrough. Yeah, it would be nice to find a decent weapon here. Things are a little bit slow. These guys are a little bit dangerous, but let's go ahead and cleave these guys down. Yeah, that freezes what I was worried about there. I actually need to set up my force move key binding, because that is crucial in certain situations where you're surrounded by mobs. Let's just cleave these guys down so they stop freezing us. Looks like my accuracy is shot, just having a ton of misses. There we go, Scroll of Wisdom, we really needed that. Let's dodge a few of those rocks. We'll take down some of these guys. And then we'll be able to... Oh, there we've got our first little elite mob here. Should give us a nice little boost of experience, hopefully some good loots. There we go. Oh, a magic chainmail vest, very good. Oh, I was going to identify a weapon, but I think the chest might be better. Let's go ahead and do that. Mana, fire resist. That's okay. I really don't need too much. I was hoping for life. We really want life at this point in the game. It was good luck finding that 30 HP life ring. That was really good. So let's go ahead and kill off these guys. Oh, and damn, that always happens. You identify a chest and then you find another chest that's better straight away. So you can tell they've added in this sort of notifications of first people to finish content. There's no rewards or anything tied to those, but it's cool because there's a bit of a race going on with that. I've got another potion there that'll be helpful. I'll chuck that in my slots after I kill off these guys, and hopefully we'll get something from this chest. I'm a little bit worried about this Hailrake fight, just because I really don't have any good gear yet. I might equip this two-handed sword actually. I think that will be a better way to do this. I can put cleave in there. That should improve my damage just for a little while, and we'll put burning arrow in our gloves just to level. There we go, much stronger. Getting some nice bits of currency though, so although we're not finding any good weapons at the moment, we can potentially purchase one or upgrade some nice base that we find. We'll see. Whoa, quite a few. Okay, Hailrake's up here, so really got to be careful of his frozen spears there, of his ice spears. There we go, we got that level. I'm going to use force stand still to cleave here, because the way cleave works is when you target them, if you don't have a mob that's near you, wherever you click you'll run to before you cleave. So if I click cleave over there, he'll run there then cleave, which is really not what you want when you're trying to kite. So holding force stand still and then clicking the cleave cleave button, no matter where you're aiming, he will cleave. So cleave where he's standing, which is very good for kiting. So that's a nice little handy skill use tip to know there. So we're taking him down alright. He's not doing too much damage to us. We've got a lot of life. As long as we don't get frozen by one of those ice spheres, we should be fine. Hailrake's damage has been, whoa, reduced a little bit, but I don't think it's enough to get overconfident or anything. Let's try and just cleave these guys down here. I'll up my mana a bit more. There we go. Should be able to just keep a very close eye on my life there, make sure I'm potioned up, and there we go. So we didn't really get too much in the way of loot there. Some more mana flasks. Short bow could be handy if we get some nice skills to start using. I might chuck my short bow in my offhand for now. I don't have enough level or dex to use that yet, that's right. So let's go ahead and projectile damage. Dex requirements are actually a little bit of a concern for this build. And that early decision where I decided to go not the dex route and rather go the extra attack speed route there sort of factors into the early game a little bit. Makes it take a little bit longer before you can use a bow, but that's fine. So we'll have a few passives that won't really help us out for a while, but it's really no problem sticking with melee for a while until you get the stats you need and get a good bow and things like that. So I'll just clear the rest of the way through here. That's Hailrake done, and I'll probably cut this episode off at this point. And I'll see you guys for the next leg of my journey through Raycast. Actually, hold the horses. I wanted to show you guys this trick. Now, the reason we grabbed that waypoint is because we can actually just exit to the login screen here, and just very quickly, once the server catches up with what's going on, there we go. We can hit login and reselect our character there. So we go back here, select our character again, and it'll put us in town. So you save one of those crucial portal scrolls. You don't have to use a portal scroll, and you don't have to run all the way back if you don't have a portal scroll. So that's just a little tip there that a lot of people use in races. Now again, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm ZiggyD. Thanks for watching.